My name is Christina O'Leary. I'm the Director of Branding for Spring Hill Senior Communities. Today I'm here with,
Bonnie Reuben Sugarman.
And Jerry Feisch.
and I want to know a little bit about what brings you here today.
My parents have been here at Spring Hill since April 2014. When we started our search for a community for them, they were actually living in Florida. So we looked at communities in Florida, we looked at communities in Pennsylvania, where we live outside of Philadelphia, and we looked here in Cherry Hill. And I think we did our due diligence, and we feel that we looked at many, many, many communities. And when we found Spring Hills, we thought we felt we really found the right fit for them.
Okay.
What made it the right fit?
Well-
Yeah, what made it the right fit?
Well, I think the first thing that was so impressive is it's a beautiful facility. When we walked into the apartment, we prefer to call it an apartment and not a room, because for them it's their home, it's their apartment. I was very impressed with how spacious it was, how beautiful it was. For me, the kitchen was enormously important. Regardless of whether or not my mother was going to cook dinner for 10 people, I wanted her to feel that she had a kitchen and we could do whatever we needed to do in that kitchen. So unlike many, many assisted living communities, that was such a difference for us. So physically, when you walk around the community, and certainly you see all the common space and all the opportunities for activities, it was just very inviting. So that part kind of drew us into Spring Hills to find out, okay, more about the underpinnings, about what makes this work and what will make it a good community for them. The next thing, and I'm gonna pass the baton to Jerry to talk a little bit about what we found so inviting about the care and place philosophy.
Okay. Our situation is that my mother-in-law has some cognitive needs. My father-in-law is in many ways her main caregiver. So we have two people at sort of different levels, and we were very concerned about their interaction. So by far, I would say one of the most important things was that we could keep them together as a couple despite their disparate needs. That was not the case in other facilities, or at least in many facilities. So that was one, that they could stay together as a couple, in part because they help each other, and they've been together for 66 years. So, secondly, this whole notion of care in place really, really appealed to us. It was critical. Our sense from other facilities was, if you need particular care, if you go up in your level of need, you're likely to be physically moved to a unit that would provide that, as opposed to the philosophy here, which is to bring care in at the level that's needed to the same location that this couple is in. So that too was just absolutely crucial for us. And then we'll talk about the quality of the care. So I'll give it back to you and let you talk about that, because you've had a lot of experience.
Yeah, we've spent a lot of time here since April. At one point, my dad was hospitalized, and I actually kind of moved in with my mom to assist her for many, many weeks. And it gave me an opportunity to see really people in action. Caregivers in the hall, caregivers doing laundry, caregivers talking to each other and talking to other residents early in the morning, midday, in the evening. This was kind of a bird's eye view of what we felt the philosophy of Spring Hills was about. There's the utmost respect, compassion. These folks are very, very well trained. I was here for almost 7 weeks, and I did not, at any point in time, did I see an interaction between a caregiver and a resident that I found concerning. And for me, I thought that was huge. That philosophy of compassion permeates, I'm sure, from the owner, from all the administration, all throughout the dining room, the caregivers, the front, the concierge services. It's just built in to what Spring Hills is about. And for us, that's enormously important. The administrative staff here is consistently, and I can't even stress this enough, consistently responsive and accessible. Mike has listened to me. He answers my emails. He answers my phone calls. And what we formed here is, for me, and I think for Jerry as well, is a partnership. And we really believe that my parents' care, or our parents' care, is a partnership between the community and ourselves. We have a responsibility, as well as we hold the community to a high responsibility for my parents. When I leave here at the end of the day, and again, I'm here several times a week now, there's a confidence that I have that they're well cared for, they're happy, and when I come back and forth, I see that. You know, I see evidence of that in how clean their apartment is, how beautifully made the bed is, how wonderful, you know, things like laundry. And those are the kinds of things that I think as the child of somebody in this kind of community that you look for. And I couldn't be happier. We couldn't be happier with what we see.
Thank you so much, and we're glad to have you part of the family.